October the 10th, 2023. Guys, information just coming out, and I'll put a link to it. They're saying Hezbollah and Iranian guards open a front against Israel and Golan. Fierce fighting in Lebanon. The ATGM Hornet fires against Merkava. Phosphorus bombs are falling. I've seen those in some of the videos, and there's some of them attached to this link. So you come here, and you can scroll down and get different Twitter videos, things like that, what's going on. It's nighttime there, and it's pretty much full scale. But guys, at first it was Hamas, and then Hezbollah started to move in, and Iran has been denying, which is part of war. They have been denying the fact that they were involved with any of it, right? But now they are there in Golan. The Iranian guards, Hezbollah, and Shiite militias form a joint staff. I think this is an important update because I don't think this is going to end well for anybody. They're not playing around now, either side. Israel's surrounded. Now the different Muslim nations are joining hands, and some of them have very strong military thanks to a lot of Western gifts, if you understand what I'm saying. Here you're looking at some four-wheelers with these rockets on there. And I saw one video. There's several different articles on the link I'm going to send you. You can go to the main page. But where it was some shoulder-mounted rockets that looked like they took out an Israeli aircraft, possibly a helicopter. I'm not sure, but it was moving at about that speed, and they took it down after 3 shots. But things are heating up again. Iranian guards open front against Israel and Golan. Fierce fighting for Lebanon. It continues. It says a major military mobilization is being seen in Syria, Iraq, and Lebanon as Hezbollah and the Iranian Guard forces gather and take up fighting positions near the Golan Heights. At the same time, Abu Ali Wallah, commander of the Iraqi Shiite militia, arrived in Beirut. There, according to information, the joint command room of Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Iraqi Shiite militias, a war room, was created. We remind you that Hamas has announced a general mobilization on Friday in the Arab and Islamic world. Think about that. Hamas is in its invitation, in which it does not give more content, calls on Arabs and Muslims to show their solidarity with the Palestinians and their resistance. According to a Hamas spokesman who spoke to The Guardian, the armed organization is ready for a long war with Israel. Now, according to Russian sources, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and Hezbollah are moving forces and weapons into Syria, taking up fighting positions in the Golan Heights. Hezbollah has declared a state of maximum combat readiness, but has yet to launch combat operations. The IRGC and Hezbollah units are stationed in Daraa and in Quneitra provinces in readiness for an attack from the Golan Heights. Missiles and drones were deployed in Syria along with personnel. The Iraqi Shiite groups are also on alert. According to some military experts, the IRGC and Hezbollah have adopted a wait-and-see approach, and further actions will depend on what the U.S. does in the situation. If the Americans intervene in the conflict on the side of Israel, Palestine will receive their support. And the U.S. has an aircraft carrier. It may be already in the Mediterranean. And what coming out of the White House, it's there not to attack Hamas, but it's there in case that Hezbollah gets involved and the other nations, just like we're seeing here. And so we'll see what happens. It would be strange to see the U.S. attack in the situation we've seen with money being transferred back and forth. You understand what I'm saying? And I think this is critical. It says, in fact, this was stated by the head of the Iraqi organization Badr Had al-Amira. According to him, if the U.S. intervenes, all U.S. military bases in the country will be attacked. It will be anywhere in the Middle East. If Washington intervenes in the struggle between the Israeli regime and Palestine, we will hit all American bases. The Houthis of Yemen made the same statement. They are also waiting for Washington's decision and are threatening a new regional war. The leader of Yemen's Shiite Iran-backed Houthi movement was warned, or has warned, that if the U.S. intervenes directly in the Gaza war, His organization will respond with missiles, drones, and other military options. There are red lines when it comes to Gaza, he said, adding that the Houthis are ready to coordinate their action with other organizations and intervene. Fierce clashes have erupted on the border between Israel and Lebanon between Hezbollah and Israeli forces. Israeli Merkava Mark IV tanks reportedly opened fire and destroyed 2 observation posts in South Lebanon used by Hezbollah. Hezbollah then hit an Israeli tank with a Kornet-guided missile, 2 security sources in Lebanon told Reuters. Hezbollah confirmed in a statement that it hit a Merkava tank with the 2 Kornet anti-tank missiles. Later, an attack helicopter, probably an Apache, hit a Hezbollah observation post after an anti-tank missile was fired from Lebanese territory at a military vehicle in the Avavam area. Israel is reporting bombing Hezbollah positions with phosphorus bombs, and there's videos that show that very clearly. It says, with the firepower of 2 aircraft carriers, Israel goes to war with Hezbollah. The U.S. also sends the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower with its battle group. Israel's plans are changing. Israeli circles see a unique opportunity on the horizon. I think what they're referring to, I'm not sure, but in the Israeli circles, the U.S. is included. And the U.S. has been downplayed around the world for the last few years, military power weakening, commanders being changed out. You've seen it. Weapons depleted, the whole 9 yards. But their unique opportunity in their circles would be to show that the U.S. is a mighty force and Israel is a mighty force. And then that may slow down some of the BRIC action in the petrol wars there going against the U.S. dollar. Who knows what all the background is? We'll never know. But I hope that this unique opportunity does not backfire. Guys, this link is warnews247.gr, and we've watched it many times between the situation with Russia and Ukraine. And I'm not going to go into all the articles, but I suggest that you do because they're coming out many a day now. For instance, again, I'm going to send you the main link, and you can find all the articles right on the main issues page that we've been reading. But Netanyahu's ultimatum threatens Lebanon, Syria, and Russia. Guys, they are trying to push every button they can, and they're going to bring about tremendous destruction in that area, if not all over the planet. Hezbollah ordered general military mobilization. Exchanges of fire with Israel intensified. Israel has delivered an official ultimatum through France to Hezbollah as the firefight in Lebanon intensifies. Next article, Israel Air Force Gaza ground operations begin. Anyone who comes close, we open fire. Finish off Hamas before Hezbollah gets involved. I'm afraid they're already on your northern borders, Israel, so don't forget that, and I know you don't. The Israel Army's ground operation in Gaza is starting moment by moment. Remember, 360,000 reserves have been called up. Now, this article is from yesterday. If you haven't seen it, read it anyway. It says, Hamas is attempting the unthinkable. Islamic forces have entered Tel Aviv and Hebron. They want to unite Gaza with the West Bank and cut Israel in two. Remember the video last night that I mentioned this? 22 miles is all that separates them, and I think they already have a pretty good corridor set up. Here, massacre in Megan and Shedderot. The Israeli army surprised again. Hamas reinforced with airborne forces and launched a counterattack in Ashkelon, Ashdod, and Syad. Guys, we're watching this. You watch it. Check the link out. I think it's one of the most accurate and well put together articles from different sources, and they're coming out very quickly now, so you get information just about every time you go to the site, which you need to save up in your browser, the link that I'm going to put there, and you need to watch it very closely. We're watching it, you watch it, it's a heads up. Be safe.